Hi, today I'll be walking you through the Vinoshipper point of sale that comes included with your Vinoshipper profile. The first thing we need to do is log into the online platform. From there, we will go to the account drop down and go to POS settings. If you haven't already, you need to download the Vinoshipper app. This is available in the Apple App Store and is compatible with both iPhones and iPads. We do have a QR code if you would like to just scan that. You can bring it up in the App Store. After you've registered some devices, if you click on devices here, you'll be able to see all of the different devices that the Vinoshipper POS is on. You can also create locations for where the Vinoshipper point of sale will be. You can enable tips. You can also edit the tip percentages that will be viewed by the customer. You can turn on different product catalogs that you would like to be on the Vinoshipper point of sale. And then there's a receipt function. You can edit the receipt's image and the footer text. We do have a list of compatible receipt printers. If you would like to see that, please email us at customerservice@Vinoshipper. The next thing we're going to do is go to the account drop down and go to team members. I definitely suggest having every team member have their own profile. That way they can set their own PIN for the point of sale. And also you can have your sales attributes correct. So you can add a team member here. You will put in their email address, their name, and then you will set their permissions for either the website or the mobile app. For the mobile app, you definitely want to, again, put a 4-digit PIN in for that team member. This will be their unique identifier. Once you have set that up, you can go ahead and save the team member. So now I have opened the Vinoshipper POS on my iPad. I will need to log in. The first login is registering the device. And so you will need to use a username and password, the same that you would use for getting on the online platform. You won't have to do this every time. From here, once you've logged in, you will be able to use that 4-digit PIN for your team members. So I log in with my PIN, and then it will default to the cart. Now from here, I'd like to show you the menu. We can go to our settings. From here, you can set up some different things. You can change how often your PIN screen will go. So if you haven't touched your iPad in a while, you can set a different idle timeout, 2, 5, or 10 minutes. I'm going to set it to never for this demo. An auto lock after each transaction is exactly that. It will go back to that PIN screen, but I'm going to turn that off as well for this demo. From here, I can see the location. So you want to just confirm that your location is set to the correct place. However, if you're going to do an off-site pouring or something like that, you want to add a new location so that your tax is correct for the city or county that you are doing the tasting in. Product catalog, this will be the default catalog that the cart opens to. And then from here, we'll do the Connect card reader. So we use the Stripe Connect card readers. If you would like to get one, you can email customerservice@vinoshipper.com. We will set that up for you. They are $70. Once you have your card reader, you want to make sure it's turned on, and you will go ahead and pair it with your device. So my card reader is connected, and it is giving me a warning that I have a low battery. The next thing you could do is connect a receipt printer. I do not have one currently, so I'm going to just skip that step. So if I go back to menu and go to cart, I want to show you quickly how fast it is to do just a guest customer pickup order. So let's say I have someone in and they want to buy this t-shirt. I can select that t-shirt. I can change the quantity of how many they want. I could also edit the price if I needed to. But from here, I'm just going to click add to cart. If you look at the bottom of the cart, it is toggled to pick up. I can click check out. I have the option to use my card reader, manually enter a card, or use cash. I'm going to use cash in this case. I'll say they gave me $40. So from here, I can see the total, what they gave me, and the change. I also have the option to email the receipt, print the receipt, and also view the order. I'm going to do email receipt and show you how quick it is to get someone's information. So let's get their name and their email, and we will send them their receipt. What's really nice about this is now you have a purchase history for that customer in your system. So I hit done and I'm back in my cart. So I want to show you our other function, which is called tabs. So from here, let's say I have a group walk in and they want to do some tastings. I'm going to select a few tastings for them. And they're not ready to settle up their cart yet, but they want to continue tasting. So I'm going to go ahead and do save to tab instead of checkout. What that allows me to do is to create a new tab or even put this cart into a tab that might already be created. But I'm going to do create new tab. And from here, let's say I recognize this customer. I can look up the customer here. I can add them to the tab. Now the tab is named after that customer. I could also add a service note. So let's say I know that they're celebrating something. I could put that in here. This is just an internal note for other team members so that they can see what's going on for this group. My customer has a card on file, so I can see that there. I could also use my card reader to get a new card if they would like to, add a new card to this tab. And I can change the team member who might be hosting them as well. So let's say Megan's going to be hosting this group. From here, I can click done, or I can open this tab. If I click open this tab, it would bring it to the cart, but I'm going to click done. So now I see that tab has been created. If I look at my cart, I have a blue box with the number 2 in it. If I click on that, that shows me all my tabs that I have currently open. So I will go to this Joey tab from here. It will bring it into the cart. I can see that they've did some tastings. Let's say they want to purchase some wine. They're going to buy 6 bottles. I'm going to add that to the cart. And because they bought 6 bottles, maybe I want to comp their tasting fee. So I can click that tasting fee in the cart. I can click comp and update cart. So it'll still show the customer that they, did a tasting fee and that we comped it for them. And then from here, maybe they're ready to go. I could adjust the discounts if I would like. I could see shipping rates, estimated shipping rates if I would like. But let's say they want to do a shipping order. I'm going to use the toggle and take it over to ship. I'm going to click checkout. I can check the personal information and make sure, that is correct. I can also click on this order destination here. So I have his address, but I'm going to ask the customer if he's going to be home to use to sign for his shipment. And in this case, he lets me know that he's not often home during the day. I would ask him if I could add a UPS access point. I would click that. It'll bring up by geolocation the closest UPS access points to his home. So I can click this UPS store and ship his package there. What's really great about that is he doesn't have to worry about being home to sign for the delivery. He'll get a notification when the package is delivered and he can go to that store and pick up the package. I highly suggest using this. It will cut down and eliminate the amount of returns that you receive. So now on the right side of my screen, I can just double check that their order looks correct and I can place the order. From here, I can use the card that they have on file. I could also use the card reader and toggle on update saved card. So I will do that here. It's going to ask me if they would like to do a tip. I'm going to click yes. And then I can put the card reader for the customer. And now it is processing the order and also saving that card that he used to his profile. So I have the option to email a receipt. A receipt has been currently emailed already to the address we have on file, but but I could also ask them if they would like a receipt sent somewhere else. I could also print the receipt and I can view the order. From here, if they just did the order, but hey, actually we want to cancel that order, we're going to do something else, I could click cancel order from here. It's going to ask you a reason, and then I'm going to cancel and refund. So that's an easy way to quickly cancel an order if you need to. From here, I'm going to click done. So from here, I want to show you some other functions about the tabs. So if you click on the tabs, you can add a new tab by clicking this plus sign. You can easily, create a new tab, search for a customer. You could click done or open this tab. You can also go back, and once you have a tab listed, if you use the slide function, you can click details and it'll go to that edit tab page, or you can actually completely delete the tab if you need to. You can also filter which tabs you're looking at. So your tabs, which would be the person that's currently logged in, tabs on this device, or tabs in just this location. You can also refresh your tabs from here if you need to. So from this other cart view, I want to quickly show you, you can filter your different products. So if you want to, only look at your wine products, for example, you can filter that way. You could also do different catalogs from this catalog drop down. So if I have a catalog set just for my tasting room, I could view that from here. This looking glass is to find a product by searching it. So if you have many, many products, it might be quicker to search it. And this barcode button here, this allows you to scan your barcodes that you might use. So the next thing I want to show you is our customers. So if you go to menu, customers, you will see that you can look up an existing customer by typing in their name. You can also use our scan ID function. This will allow you to quickly either look up or add a new customer based on their barcode on their back of their ID. So if I click scan ID and I have a customer's ID in front of me, I can scan the back barcode and it'll bring up either if I have an existing customer, it'll bring up their customer profile, or it can add a new customer. If it's adding a new customer, obviously it will not have the email and the phone number, so you will need to type those in. And I also suggest always double checking with the customer that that is their current, address, especially if it's going to be used for shipping. I can see from here that my customer has all of their info. I can see their order history. I can see any notes that we've created for our customer. I can also see credit cards that they have on file. I can also see their addresses. There is a stored credit function. So if you did a refund and did not actually give them back their money, let's say, and you just gave them store credit, you can adjust that from here. I can also look down and see the club memberships that they're in. So it's very easy to remove them from the club from here. Also add them to a club if I needed to. I could click add club. It'll give me the club options to add them to. Click save. And then I can also add them to the cart from here very quickly. So if I click add to cart, it will then bring me back to this cart and it'll have their information in there. So sometimes that's a faster way if you have someone in front of you. Maybe look up the customer first, make sure your information's correct that you have, and then add them to the cart. So that is a general tour of the Vinoshipper point of sale. If you have any questions, please email us at customerservice@vinoshipper.com, and we're always happy to help you. Thank you. Bye.